I used to be so obsessed with learning English idioms because at that time I thought it would make my English sound more sophisticated and more advanced. Besides, I used to think that many native English speakers use idioms a lot in their real-life conversation. Hello everyone, my name is Intan Deviana. I am a native Indonesian speaker. I'm passionate about English, so that I'm here because I would like to share anything about English learning journey of mine. And now I work as a language tutor. I teach both Indonesian and English language. In today's video, I'm so thrilled to share about learning idioms in English. Like I said before, I used to think that learning idioms in English is very crucial, something that many English learners should do to make their English more advanced and more sophisticated. However, turned out it's not. I just realized that native English speakers do not really use idioms that much. Yes, they use idioms sometimes, but they do not really consider idioms as an important thing to memorize or something like that. Even English teachers or native English teachers said that learning idioms is not something that you have to do, or we are as English learners should not stress out about memorizing idioms. Let me tell you why. So, according to native English speakers, there are a bunch of idioms out there, hundreds or maybe 1,000 idioms. Yes, they exist in the world. But it doesn't mean that we are as English learners should memorize those idioms a lot or use them in our real life conversation. The first reason why, because some English idioms are regional. It means some English idioms only are used by certain people only in certain places or in specific places only. So if you find native speaker use certain idiom, for example, the other native English speakers, they are not necessarily understand about this idiom because they are in the different region. So that's why if you want to learn or if you want to use English idioms, you need to make sure that you use the idiom in the right region. That's the first reason. And the second reason is sometimes the idiom that you might find in the textbook or something like that are not idioms that are frequently used by native speakers. Like I mentioned before, those idioms exist, but in the real life, native English speakers do not really use those idioms in their conversation. So instead of sounding like a native speaker, if you use those idioms, you might sound a bit ridiculous and unnatural. So from these two reasons, I would say that, okay, I still need to learn English idioms, but maybe I will use a different method. Instead of picking up random English idioms, then I use them in my conversation or in my writing, I should observe the idiom first or make sure that the native English speakers really use that idiom. My method to double check the idiom that is frequently used by native speakers is by checking it in the website of youglist.com. If you do not know youglist.com, it's basically a website that I would say it's correlated with YouTube website. So in that website, you can put certain words, then you can check how native English speakers use the words. So it means if I find a certain idiom, then I would like to make sure this idiom is frequently used by native speakers or not. I can check on youglist.com. If this website recommends lots of videos where native English speakers use that idiom, I can conclude that, oh, this idiom is frequently used by native English speakers. Another way to pick up some idioms that are regularly used by native speakers is by watching a video from native English teachers. I can say that there are lots of native English teachers who share videos about frequently used idioms. So you can check them up on YouTube, then you can learn some idioms that are relevant to your life. So here I forgot to mention, when you would like to pick up an idiom or maybe certain words, you have to make sure as well that those idioms or those vocabulary are relevant to your life. It means if you don't think that you will use those idioms or those vocabulary in your life, so I think you don't need to occupy space with unnecessary idioms or vocabulary, because it just wastes your time. You can use your precious time to be studying something more necessary than something that unnecessary to your English learning journey. So now the question is, do I need to learn English idioms? According to me, I would say yes. I still need to learn English idioms, but once again with the method that I've already mentioned before. So guys, after watching this video, I hope you no longer have to stress out about idioms or kind of feel guilty if you might not be able to use those idioms that you have learned in your real life conversation. Because in my opinion, if you would like to advance your English skills or English speaking skills, I recommend learning phrasal verbs more than idioms, because according to me, native English speakers use phrasal verbs over than idioms in their real life conversation. So yeah, you may give learning phrasal verbs a try to level up your English skills. So I think that's all my video today. I hope you find this video helpful for your English learning journey. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider to subscribe my channel, so I will be more excited to share more videos with you on this channel. Don't forget to share this video with anyone that you think benefit from my videos. And yeah, thank you very much for watching until the end. Until next time, bye bye.